Well, I guess that proves the point that Pokemon isn't going to print any more booster boxes. Did y'all see the recent news? Ascended Heroes. Wave 1, half of the products that they're releasing are going to be delayed by almost a month. That absolutely proves that Pokemon will not be reprinting booster boxes. I mean, look at all the reprints we have coming. They're booster bundles, other auxiliary products. Clearly, Pokemon is not interested in selling or, reprinting the booster box. It's their primary, the premium, collectible. It is the primary premium investable product from Pokemon, guys. We should all buy in. Deaths and Rivals at $500 a box. That's cheap, man. It's cheap, guys. It's cheap, guys. Oh, and did I mention I have distribution? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna crash out this video. Guys, my name is Matt. I'm with RTCG. Thank you so much for clicking into the video. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I would really appreciate if you like and comment on this video. And that includes you guys out there, you little salty little neckbeard little bros. Don't worry, I'm a neckbeard too. Listen, if you disagree with me, comment down below as well. I believe that we can have a constructive conversation in the comment section. It's not that I'm trying to change your mind or you're trying to change mine, but I know this video is going to be diversive, and I want to learn from your perspective, even if it's different than mine. So hit that dislike button, and before you jump out of the video, let me know your thoughts down below and we can chop it up. Guys, I'm going to crash out, okay? This Ascended Heroes news is big. It's massive. I think it indicates some major problems with maybe Pokemon's distribution, their whole process and layout of how they have products being printed, going to market. There's some serious stuff that Pokemon's currently working on, right? There are some problems, but the PokeTuber releases today covering this content has me so heated, guys. I am freaking crashing out. There's a big problem, okay? Let's talk about it. I don't even want to waste any time with you guys. The people on the internet right now spewing the point of view that booster boxes are no longer being printed. They are the luxury, collectible, investable item from Pokemon. In fact, Pokemon's not even interested in releasing them, right? They'd rather release all the other SKUs that get more products to more people, right? Now, while there is hints of truth to those things, if you think critically, okay? I don't care what kind, I'm not gonna even say names of creators this time in my video, okay? If you think about these creators that you're watching that are saying this perspective, sharing and preaching this message about booster boxes, I want you to take a couple steps back. I want you to think very critically and crucial. Like right now, pause this video. Think about the YouTubers saying these things. So many of these YouTubers, not all of them, but a lot of them have distribution. Now stop. Think about the YouTubers. Think about them having distribution. Are you connecting the dots yet? Because I'm about to draw the freaking line on the graph, okay? We need to talk about it because there is some major, I don't even know if they are consciously doing this, but it is so, it's just so lame to me, okay? It's so lame. Here's the biggest problem, okay? A lot of these YouTubers, these investor bros, these guys talking about booster boxes being the luxury, collectible, investable item that have distribution. There's a major conflict of interest there that I don't know if you've connected the dots to, but as I said, I'm gonna be drawing that line. I'm gonna be bolding it. I'm gonna be circling it on the whiteboard for you guys. You guys are gonna understand this, okay? Booster boxes are only released through distribution. Okay, that means the only vendors, the only businesses, the only resellers that benefit from booster boxes being the primary premium investable collectible item are the people with distribution. Do I need to say it again? The only people that are benefiting from ultra high booster box market prices are the ones getting it from distribution, okay? That's your GameStops, your LGSs, and everybody else with the rip and ship right now, right? Or a gas station. Holy cow. And how many of these folks out there are sharing this perspective right now? How many of these folks out there are sharing this narrative that clearly the recent reprints in Pokemon are evidence, are proof that Pokemon's no longer interested in printing booster boxes, okay? Oh man, I'm gonna let you stew on that, okay? I hope that makes you feel a certain way, okay? I'm not in the crowd. I'm not in the crowd that says we should wait. We shouldn't be engaging in the market right now. I'm a reseller, guys. I have a business. Guys. I'm buying and selling all the time. I'm actively contributing to the problem in some ways by buying off the secondary market and flipping it for market price on TCG Player. You know what I mean? I am one of these dudes. But I am also aware enough to say, call a spade a spade. There is major conflict of interest when you have YouTubers and Pokebros telling people to spend their hard-earned money that they spent time, effort, energy into making on these items that they themselves get access to. You know what I mean? Like that just needs to be said. Someone needs to say it. I'm gonna say it. I hope this video gets a couple views and a couple people will stop and think, huh, so you're telling me the person encouraging me to buy Dustin Rivals at $450 likely has some boxes on their shelves from distribution because they run a rip and ship or they have a business? Wait a second, you're telling me, I mean, think about it, guys. Just think about it and let that inform your decisions a little bit, okay? This is also one of the reasons why this news and this type of like community response and sentiment, it makes me feel so much more certain that there will be booster boxes coming. This whole Ascended Heroes issue, yes, it's a major issue having items delayed, but this isn't a new thing, especially for specialty products. We saw, okay, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna say any names because I don't want, like, this is a very heated video. I don't need to say names, Matt. Don't say names. Oh man, one of the oh my gosh, Shrouded Fable. Okay, let's talk about Shrouded Fable. Shrouded Fable ETBs were delayed. It caused some major supply issues. What I'm basically getting at is that specialty sets have had delays in the past, and this isn't necessarily a new thing, but it's not a good thing, okay? I think that we need to keep in mind a couple things about Pokemon. Pokemon Company International that runs the TCG is it's an international company, man. Pokemon is being released in Europe, it's being released in South America, it's being released all over the world, in Asia and everywhere, where people need access to these cards. This is like a global company trying to manage multiple avenues of distribution, of manufacturing, of all of these. Like, can you just stop for a second, try to put yourself in the shoes of some of the decision makers and leaders in the Pokemon Company, just corporation and company, okay? Like put yourself in their shoes, think about the amount of stress that they're under right now, and think about how you would approach solving any of the issues on a global level, not just a local US level. I know that we engage in the local level so much and we speculate on it, but I also think that our speculations are so short-sighted because we lose sight of the global impact in the global market. And just understanding that Pokemon is trying to manage all of that at one time. And so these distribution or manufacturing, all of this stuff, these are global impacts, okay? It's not just one thing, but clearly in their processes and systems and pipelines, there is something going on, okay? There is likely, in my summation, this is just subjecture, this is just my opinion from my experience in life, there's likely been some pivots and changes that Pokemon's had to make in the last year or 2 years as demand has started surging, as they've released product to new markets, China, for example. As these things have started happening, this has likely caused disruptions in the pipeline and flow of how they manufacture, release, and do everything they do with their goods. And so there is always, anytime that your company scales, anytime that a business scales, grows, pivots, adapts, changes, there's always some there's a laggard period where you have to kind of get up to speed with things. in like typically in a small company that impacts the company in a real way, but the impact isn't widespread or wide felt outside of the smaller impact that that company has. With something like Pokemon, as big and as massive as it is, even a small ripple effect can cause major changes. And so I'm not trying to make an excuse for Pokemon. I think that clearly there's a problem. I think that clearly they're making changes and adapting to whatever issue that they have. We will never know what happens. I just want to put that out there. Pokemon is not going to make some large public announcement of why X is happening or Y is happening. And that's why YouTube videos are so much fun. That's why tuning on to your favorite YouTuber and hearing their speculation on the market and on Pokemon is so much fun, because honestly, like, having differences, opinions, different points of view are helpful. And that's why, like, even though I am crashing out towards these YouTubers, I don't know if they're doing it intentionally, guys. I don't know if they're intentionally trying to pump booster boxes so they can make more money when they go to sell that case, when they feel that they've hit the top, right? Because we already know a lot of these guys that have distribution, they like to hold that over other YouTube creators and everything. Even, like, it's just crazy. Like, if you listen to them, they're like, you shouldn't listen to anybody online that's, speculating and talking about reprints because they don't have distribution. I have distribution and my reps haven't told me nothing. And so until my reps say something, I'm not going to say nothing. And those poor little YouTubers without their distribution and their reps, you ain't need to listen to a single word they say. Just go ahead, unsubscribe, then come over here to my podcast. I did pretty good there with that voice. Oh my gosh. I'm not mimicking anybody. Like, these voices come from my soul, okay? If you guys have watched the video, you guys are like, why does Matt talk like that sometimes? I'm it's a character. I'm trying to portray something. But man, they come straight from the soul, and I think that one was perfect. Listen, all of us have access to the same information. Yes, the people with distribution have a little bit of a head start to the information, but by the time that it's disseminated to all the people with distribution, I promise PokeBeach is going to report on it, right? Like, we all have access to the same information. In fact, a lot of the PokeTubers that try to gatekeep, information because they have a distributor and a rep, and no hate to the distributors or reps. Like, hopefully one day I'll have those things. And hopefully one day I won't gatekeep people from sharing their speculations and thoughts on the market. But listen, like, we all have access to the same information. We're all just speculating. Even when you have secure information, you still don't have the full story, because even the distributors and even the reps, they don't have the full picture, okay? They're working with this, information that they get. And so just to sum up my thoughts so far, be very careful, be very cautious. I'm not trying to gatekeep here, but what I'm trying to say is watch all the content creators. I think this space and this, hobby is big enough to accommodate even more content creators, more than we could even think, right? Like, I'm always welcoming of people jumping into the hobby, creating videos, creating a business, collecting the cards, building binders, playing the game. Like, that's wonderful. It's beautiful. That's what it's all about. But be very cautious and think critically about the content that you're consuming, okay? Even if you disagree with me on my viewpoints and perspective on booster box reprints, I want you to at least think critically about the people that are encouraging you to spend your money in the current market. Okay, think critically. Like, do they have anything to gain? Is there a specific reason why they might be pumping booster boxes right now? Do they maybe have exclusive access to booster boxes when others don't? You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna say names. Even folks that have newer distribution, okay? These folks that say, I'm just the same as you. I don't really, I get a case from my distributor. What's a case of Death to Rivals worth, bro? Oh my gosh, dude. And I bet that case you got from distribution wasn't ripped for packs. I bet that's sitting on your shelves, and you are more than happy to move off of that whenever that gets to whatever price point you're happy with. So, man, I'm heated. I'm almost done with this video, which means we're about halfway. Rudy reference. Rudy, we need a whiteboard video, okay? I know you don't watch my videos, but somebody want to clip this and send that to them. We need a whiteboard video. The people need the visor. We're like suffering, okay? We're suffering. We're sad. We're sad neckbeards out here. We need our leader to release a whiteboard video with the visor. Okay, that's it. That's it for the Rudy visor video. Guys, couple things to wrap up the video. Think critically about the content you consume, including mine, right? You should think critically about the things I say. My content is all about sharing my perspective and speculation on the market. I do give some advice when it comes to business, but if I'm ever talking about investing, if I'm ever talking about, buying and holding Pokemon, just know that those are my thoughts and opinions. This is not legal advice, okay? I want to show off a couple things in my collection. I actually just started, for better or worse, I should say, I just started collecting Riftbound, and I wanted to show off one of the two recent cards that I have in my collection. These are called overnumbered cards, and they're kind of rare, okay? This is like pulling an SIR. There are signed variants of these cards as well. This is the Teemo Swift Scouts. Beautiful texture on this thing. This is a leader card, okay? So this is kind of like your commander if you play Magic. But this is a card that you put out. This card basically doesn't move. It just is there. So you could technically like grade these overnumber or signature cards and then like have these on the table and enjoy them. They're beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I also pulled this one right here, the Bounty Hunter Misfortune. Let's see if I can get that to, yeah, there we go. Beautiful cards, man. Riftbound, I think, is something special, okay? I have been playing, I'm a little biased. I've been playing League of Legends for like 12 years or something crazy like that. Maybe even longer. Holy cow. So I'm a little bit biased, but League of Legends has at least has a really strong IP and following that could see some success in the TCG world. Now, whether or not it's just a big splash in the pan kind of thing, we'll have to find out. But yeah, guys, I firmly believe that reprints for booster boxes are coming. I think that Pokemon has a plan. I think that there's clearly some disruptions whenever it comes to whatever pipeline and systems that they're struggling with. It made evidence by the lack of supply hitting the market, made evidence by the delayed product from Ascended Heroes, although that's happened before, even in slower, more bearish times. Looking at you, Shrouded Fable, and other sets before that. So these things happen. These things are not like unique to the current market necessarily. However, I do think that we are in a very unique market currently. So I'll kind of spin my words there a little bit. But guys, if you buy into the idea that booster boxes will never be reprint, let me know why down below. Okay, and I want to challenge you, if you make it to this point in the video, I want to challenge you to be more, let me know more than just Pokemon hasn't reprinted booster boxes in the last 12 to 14 months, brother. I want to hear more than that. I want to hear your actual thoughts and perspective on this, because there have been times in the past, before I was even in the hobby, that people had very similar sentiments towards ETBs. We've definitely seen ETB reprints and restocks this last year, and so that sentiment definitely faded from the hobby. I'm very curious to see what happens next. Could I be wrong in my assertion that booster boxes are coming? Absolutely. And I don't know when the booster boxes are coming. I don't know what sets will be hit. So is there a small likelihood that people betting on Dustin Rivals are right? Maybe Dustin Rivals just barely skips. Maybe it just barely is out of Pokemon's reach to reprint it, and all of a sudden, this first initial wave and restock is all that we'll ever get from Dustin Rivals. And anybody holding Dustin Rivals boxes, literally has like a golden egg, to set them up for retirement. Maybe that happens. I don't know. But I do firmly believe that Pokemon will, and it already has put things in motion to do something about this. They clearly see that there's not enough supply. They're doing things about it. That's made evident from the 1.2 million square foot printing facility, which 400 square foot is already usable space. Now, whether or not they can get that up and running in a month or 2 weeks, I don't know, but chances are they've been planning all of that. So keep an eye out, guys. Stay positive out there as well. We're going to see booster box prices increase because of this delay in product, 100%. We may even see perfect order booster box prices increase as well, which will be very interesting. I think that there's so much false confidence in the booster boxes right now that it's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy for anybody that buys in. They're going to see that box shoot up in price over time in the short term, and they're going to feel more confident based off of their purchase decision. They're going to buy more. It's going to cause this loop where they're betting ultra high stakes on these booster boxes. and I'm so scared. Like that amount of confidence in this market, in a collectible like Pokemon, in print sets is concerning for me, and I don't want any of you to get hurt, okay? Everyone spend your money however you see fit. Pokemon's awesome. Pokemon goes up over time. It is an investable, alternative asset that you can look into, make decisions how you see fit, not based off of other people. And always know that the people yelling the loudest, even myself, can sometimes have ulterior motives and can sometimes benefit if you listen to our advice. So when it comes to benefiting from our advice, I want to let you know how you can benefit from my advice as I close out this video, actually. So I'm doing a giveaway, guys. I am giving away this Lopunny SIR. This giveaway is going to happen on January 24th, just in a couple days from the recording of this video. Really cool story. I do a rip and ship on Fridays and Saturdays starting at 8:30 p.m. CST. You're welcome to come hang out, chop it up about Pokemon and the hobby. And if you want to, you can open packs, but obviously not required. But yeah, my friend David pulled this card on my rip and ship. It was so hype. And then David was like, let me check my binder. And David said, oh, I have that card already in my master set, so let's give it away to the community. And that's what we're doing. So in order to enter to win the Lopunny SIR alongside a full sealed booster box, wow, he said the word. If you want to win this booster box of Violet EX, is a Japanese, half of our base set in Japan, has some beautiful cards in it, by the way. You can go over to this video here. All you got to do is like, subscribe, and comment on that video, mega, and you're entered to win, and we will do the drawing for the giveaway live on Saturday. You don't have to be there. If your name is drawn, I will post it in a video coming out on Sunday, and probably mention it a couple times. I'll give you probably a couple days to respond before drawing the next winner. So anyways, hopefully I'm really excited to see who wins the giveaway. And yeah, do not miss out on that chance to enter to win. We've got some good people entered so far, a good amount of people. Guys, I appreciate y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for all the support. The channel's honestly been growing like crazy, so much love, everyone. I love all the comments, everyone that jumps in, chimes in with their thoughts and opinions. And our chats during the live stream, they go so crazy. Like, it's such good, deep conversations. I never plug this, but I have a Discord. So anybody still watching 22 minutes into the video, jump down to the description of this video, join the Discord, join the conversation. A lot of us have been sharing our fitness journeys in our gym chat as well. So come hang out. But yeah, guys, have a great rest of your day. Let me know your thoughts about the, delayed Ascended Heroes and booster boxes and all that fun stuff. Peace.